My experience with TLS Contact, who are an intermediary between people applying to the French consulate for a visa. So me, the average human being, applying for a French visa to the French consulate, you have to apply on their website, and then you link your application to the TLS Contact, and they have 3 centres around the UK: Manchester, Edinburgh and London. And then you have to book your appointment and go there. You have to pay for the visa application up front. You have to pay for your passport to be posted back to you, and then you have to pay once you're there. So I think it's been about 550 quid for the 3 of us. It's taken over our lives because there's been a lot of information to get. You have to do a lot of printing, a lot of copying. You also have to get information from other people for your accommodation. So we've had to wait for some things to come and ask and request and change and edit. And yeah, we've been today. It's been a long day. I am exhausted. We set off at 6 a.m. We got back at 3:30. So that's 9.5 hours to travel to Manchester, to park in the tightest car park I've ever been in, to then go to the appointment, which, yeah, was an experience. It's all up in the air now, whether we get it or not, because of a few reasons. There's certainly a big room for improvement for TLS Contact in how they do things, because they have a checklist of documents that you need to take, which is obviously what we've been working with. But yeah, in the appointment, some documents they asked for, which they hadn't requested. For example, the ID of the accommodation owner that we're staying with. We weren't asked for that, so we didn't have it. They asked for that in the appointment. After a few other things had transpired, I'm like, no, you didn't ask for that. If you'd have asked for that, we would have got that. Then she asked her supervisor. She was like, oh, no, this is okay. It was a very stressful appointment, to be honest, because I just thought it had all gone wrong after really nailing all the documents and more. Like, also, they wanted photocopies, originals and photocopies of everything. Quite simple. But they also said on the receipt order for checklist form that you needed to make a copy of every single entry stamp in your passport. Now, Emily and Vito's passport are very relatively new. They don't have very many pages. That's fine. I did more of my pages. I was like 30 pages of stamps in and out over the last 6 or 7 years because I've traveled a lot. That's fine, photocopying. You get there, and she asked for a photocopy of the passport. Said, yep, there you go. I had all the documents. We had all the folders. We had it all organised. And I'm like, do you want all the copies of the stamp? She was like, oh, no, we don't need that. I said, well, it says that on your order form. She was like, yeah, they haven't updated the website. And I'm looking around, I'm just like, she'd already said our insurance wasn't the right insurance, which we'd got through their website as well, which was a big thing. She thought we were moving there permanently, but it's the long stay visa for a year. So a supervisor she had to consult so many times. I'm only hoping that she was just quite new and it was a bit wrong in this insurance thing, because we've just put it through with our GHIC cards. But she had to consult a supervisor many times. A few of the other agents were getting a bit annoyed with people. They see thousands of people every day. This is their only job. All they're doing is taking applications for people to go to France to either study, work, move, enjoy France, and to make that process easier. And she admitted to me that on that checklist, certain things have not been updated. So she was asking for things that they've not in the appointment, that they've not asked for on the list, and then also things that were on the list that people have prepared for, they don't need. So you're in this, like, I wouldn't say panic state, but it's a stressful situation. I don't really get stressed, but this was stressful. It's your life. This is a life decision. Many people, thousands of people are going to these centres every day. So thousands of people are getting the exact email that I've had. And I saw similar problems going on, like people commenting about how many copies they had to make and, wondering where the documents were, agents getting a bit shirty. They could make this process so much easier, so much clearer. And the fact that these agents are getting feedback, this is all they're doing. There's like 10 agents lined up on the desk. They're getting the feedback, and like, they're going to be seeing things day in, day out, and they're saying the website's not even updated. It's shocking, really, because this is their only job. This is all they do. All they need to do is make this user journey as streamlined as possible. And also, like, they know you have to put digital dates in for everybody. So they knew our son was 1 year of age. But then I only found out accidentally, and then had to call them and got conflicting information about whether we'd be allowed in or not. Like, so that would have been a shock on the day if we hadn't found out that. But if you're doing an application for a family, which many people must do because we're humans who procreate, yeah, we make other humans. That's how we're still around. So families applying for visas, yeah, pretty normal. So if that date in the digital field, the child is under 12, you could easily come up with a nice message to say, look, just to let you know, we don't let 12-year-olds in the centre because they don't need to do the biometrics. They don't need to be there physically. So make arrangements. And if it's only you and your partner or your husband or the two of you, one can wait outside while the other one goes in and does most of the documentation. And then once he's done, he can come out, swap over, and then the other partner, husband, wife, goes in and finishes it off. Like that's not spelled out anywhere. And that's pretty important if you're going as a family and you have especially a young child. So it just blows my mind that this is an organization doing this. And I am not stupid. I'm good with paperwork. I'm good with getting everything sorted. And we went to town on this. It's taken over our life for the past week. It's been hours and hours and hours and hours of work, a lot of stress. And then you go with everything and it's just, yeah. I mean, I had all the other documents that they want. I was like, yeah, you got this, bang, 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 bang. So like most of it was fine. It's just like, if you've got a list of the things, make sure the list is the list. Nothing less, nothing more. Like, get your list. This is one list. This is it. This is all you have to, this is what you're doing day in, day out, repetitively, thousands of times. That's all you're doing. It's not like this is some new service or some service with lots of other services. This is it. This is it. So yeah, I don't know how I feel. It could either get accepted, rejected, or we might get asked for a bit more information. We did learn a few things about some other things, which they could easily tell you as well, about you can use your Schengen 90 days on top of the 6 months visa, which is a lot easier to get. So yeah, exhausted, dumbfounded, hopeful, but baffled.